the big hand of Fistos.
Nice.
Are each of the little things a finger? There's
The
5
cities?
of them, right?
There's 4 of them.
Okay,
What
so
happened
the
to the
thumb
thumb?
doesn't count as a finger.
What did happen to the thumb?
What
Looks
happened
like
to the
this.
stubby one?
What happened to the... Oh, it all makes
the
sense.
thumb is on the inside.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're not
Thumb
supposed
is
to
on.
punch like that. That's how you break your thumb.
That's what
said
happened to
you were
Fistos.
punching?
What does
It's
this planet...
Fistos. What else are you going to do with that?
That's
What does
what's
this
Take it
wrong?
angrily at the clouds.
Oh.
What is this planet built to punch, Jeffrey?
Perhaps another planet.
Oh, God. Fasos.
Face of God.
Yeah, no one's going to get that. You're off the mic there, Kirsten.
I didn't realize we actually started recording.
You know you don't exist
We're
on mic.
always recording.
We're distinctly not. We just had the AC on and we were not recording then because it makes that bad background noise.
It does
that
make
Philip
an
hates.
awful background noise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like that lawnmower that one time.
that was funny.
Although the lawnmower was mostly taken out.
Yeah, we killed that guy.
Mostly. Yeah.
We just...
They don't live there anymore.
They don't talk to us anymore.
Yeah, because they're dead.
dead.
And welcome back to the 7 Star to the Right podcast. This is session 47. How are y'all doing?
The same.
The same.
Roughly
Sick.
approximately 1.5 hours tireder than the last time you asked.
We really got to stop making jokes when we do double sessions, guys.
No.
Why?
Nope, I refuse.
We have to keep up the charade of it actually happening in
Don't
the
peek
moment.
behind the curtain, children.
You will not like what you see.
I didn't clean my room.
All right. What do you guys remember from last time?
All of it.
A few things, yeah.
Hella.
For the people who are listening with 2 weeks in between,
Jeez,
What-
Jeff, release those faster than
Bear fight. Bear fight.
Yes, we did a bear.
there
fight.
was a bear fight. Yes, there absolutely was between Pycleides and Arcas.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened at that bear fight, Kirsten?
Yeah, well, Nona tried to break it up, and then Pycleides came over and told Nona to shoot him. So Nona, being Nona, obliged, and then was very confused when Pycleides attacked her back because she did not ask for that. So breach of etiquette right there on him. And then the fight was broken up, and Argus is in pretty bad shape. So we took him back to the ship because we decided to not go talk to Dr. Lucius Leggett again.
Right, who appeared to, by the directions of the people that you talked to, was like the same person as the one who heals people.
Yeah, so we're not on board for that. Plus, we got to give him time to look at the weird metal thing so that plot can progress.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that we
I-
found in the smoker.
I absolutely do remember that.
Yeah, well, I was bringing it up
Well,
for the
thank you.
people for what has it been? 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
8 weeks.
How long? How many weeks ago was that?
Like 6 months.
Yesterday?
Possibly 4 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is a thing on his to-do list. He is also actively trying to
Zap the
decrypt
bodies of my younger
a
children.
word
Do what?
like
Decrypt?
Decrypt,
yes,
that's a word.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are
decrypt.
you doing, Jeff?
De-encrypt.
Decrypt.
Decrypt.
You know, the actor.
Decrypts the data that you guys found from the relay tower to
Yes.
point wherever
We got to
that
find the
information-
next one.
Yeah.
And then that'll be a thing that has different data that'll lead us to the next one. And either then we'll stop there or there'll be 5 or 7. It's always odd numbers.
And then we find the One Piece.
Yes.
yeah.
We are
Basically.
pirates now. Yo ho.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah, so the bear fight was broken up. You guys brought Arcas back. He asked Nona if she can turn his shear rifle into some kind of
I'm putting it in
cybernetic
his arm.
Yeah.
Repulsor arm
Yeah,
thing.
so you got like that Mega Man or Samus.
Yep, exactly.
It's going to be great.
Seems kind of inconvenient.
Seems kind of awesome.
It's a little Midas touchy.
It's like Samus.
No,
with the
it like
big-ass
comes. It's
arm cannon.
it's gonna transform, right?
I mean,
Is it?
That's up to you, Nona.
Well, yes. If it's just up to me, then yes, by all means, it will be both a functional mechanical arm,
Well, then there you go.
a
yeah.
cybernetic arm, and then when stuff goes down, it's gonna do that thing, like you know how like Transformers do, where like parts fold out and then it flips.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like when stuff gets
Is
real,
his
he
wrist just
goes,
gonna flip up?
Yeah.
We're thinking too small, though. We should just transform Marcus into
A car?
a magical girl. I was thinking.
Oh. Turn him into Sailor Moon.
By the moon's power.
All right. Moving right
We'll
along.
take that out.
That's Project 2 on the list.
No, that's staying in.
I like that image personally. You can have that
So
one.
project
for free.
number 1 now.
Project number 1
is fix Arcas's arm so that it is also canon. Project 2 is to turn him into a magical girl.
Yeah.
Because our previous project number 1 has been 100% successfully completed.
Yes.
And
The
that-
mentally unstable Eddie now has legs and arms.
He does. And he seems to be enjoying them.
He absolutely is. He's certainly trying everything that he never had the opportunity to do when he was stuck in
Everything.
everything.
Does Eddie have a face at all? Like, can you move to emote? Does he have like a monitor, or is it just like a blank?
Is it claptrap or is
Do you-
it?
do you
I'm
have a-
gonna like leave this kind of up to you because
All
I
right.
know the original bodies we had, they didn't have,
Well, this is just a security bot.
it didn't really have emotions or a face or any of that stuff. But
You know what? This one, I'm gonna say, since Nona wanted him to be maybe a little emotive,
sure,
put like an LCD screen in front.
fantastic.
So
He
like
has,
you
like,
see
emojis.
like LED eyes and mouth.
Oh
and
my
when he
god, but it's
talks,
like
it
the
opens and
emoji
closes.
stuff.
It's all
where
sideways.
just like, no.
No, yeah.
It's like the triangle eyes.
Yes, and so he can go into different emojis as he wants.
Amazing.
He can
Yeah.
communicate, but only through clips of The Simpsons and I Love Lucy.
It's gonna be very difficult since I don't know a ton of I Love Lucy. But yeah, so EDI 246 is up and about. Met with Claire and Arcas, who is sipping a beer. Alix and Micah went out to a bar named the Pressure Barrel. Right, you guys got absolutely smashed off of like a drink each. Alex had 2, 1.5,
A shot and a drink, you know.
shot and a drink.
As you do.
And as you guys were staggering your way back, there was a knock at the door, and you found a note that read, "Meet me at the Pressure Barrel, 11 p.m. If Arcas is with you, bring him along. Selene." It's like 10-ish now.
Actually, Jeff, it's 10:30.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Don't go back on the canon now.
All right, it's 10:30.
It's a 15-minute walk.
Right.
to the
We have
Pressure
15
Barrel.
minutes to grab our shit. Let's go.
And so back we go.
Well,
To
first,
obviously, you guys have to have that
I want to
discussion.
just cover also. I put the robot in the thing.
Alex knocks.
I'm going to have seen it was them because I was watching the cameras and go, open the door
Yeah.
and say, "Hello, did you find the person?"
Hey, no, there's a paper. We have to go to a bar, apparently. And I show her the paper. Yeah, we have like 15 minutes to debrief. And let's ask Arcas about Selene, I guess. And put Claire to bed. And make sure she gets a good night's sleep.
Sounds good. I should also let you know, for the sake of better teammate communication,
Yeah?
EDI 246 is now in the body.
Did you like fully
Whose
put him
body?
away, or is he like an earshot?
No, he's hanging out.
Oh, upstairs.
He's hanging
Okay.
out with them. I don't know if anybody's following me around, but
What body?
I de-weaponized one of the security bots, and
Oh,
Shit.
oh, thank God.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna like push back then. I want to see him.
I literally thought that it was like a corpse. Like a person's.
No,
I was
sorry.
I was
Robot
so
body.
afraid. Wait, what?
just come follow me, and I'm going to take them to the rest of the group and say, EDI 246, you remember Alix and Micah?
Hello, Alix and Micah.
Assistants to
Dr. Samantha Calvin.
Dr. Samantha
Yeah.
Calvin, yes. Hello.
Hi.
I have
Oh my
legs
God.
now.
Yeah. How
I
do
can
you
walk.
how do you feel about that? Do you?
The possibilities are endless.
Oh my god! No, you did a good thing.
There's like a little like devil emoji. Okay.
You know, he just blankly stares into the distance.
Great.
How are you all?
I can walk pretty well. My legs hurt.
How long have you had your legs? Will my legs hurt?
I don't know. For the second question, the first question, a while now. In this form, most of my life. So,
Fun.
so Arcas.
Yes. We have much to talk about. You have
There's a note. They left. Is he awake? Where?
Yes.
Is,
We have been teaching.
I let him fall asleep and he hasn't woken up.
oh no.
No, he's right there. Says, yeah. Haven't been trying not to sleep, like you said.
Good.
Well, good, because we are going to a bar.
All
The
right.
note.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just yeah. You can read that, right? And he like holds it up. It's not blurry. Is it blurry? Arcas?
Maybe a little blurry.
Like normal blurry or like
Hold on. And he reaches out with his left hand and sort of like moves it in front of his face.
realize that your eye is fully swollen. Like one of them is like pretty much not functional right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Selene. Yeah. No, I know Selene. I assume.
Okay, yeah, but
Firefang?
okay, yeah, no, great.
Yeah.
Can you see things?
Yeah.
How many fingers?
8.
That's not right.
That's not good.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's and Alex is gonna kind of like rub his hands together and put a hand on Arcas and use some of his repair to heal some hit points.
Okay.
Because this is not good for
Not good to have your brain do this.
No.
No.
Let's see. Okay, so that's gonna be 12 hit points restored. Okay, try again.
Yeah. Oh, 4.
I didn't put them up
Oh,
yet.
Sorry.
Wait, did you know that the whole time?
One would
Arcas.
presume-
2.
Okay, good.
1.
Great.
Stop putting your thumb out as well as those 5 fingers.
Beautiful.
All right, fine. He's fine. He's
All
fine.
set?
He got it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
If, again, nausea, heartburn,
No, I actually
indigestion,
feel
Upset
a
stomach.
lot.
upset stomach, diarrhea, you have to let me know.
Okay. I feel a lot better.
Great.
Do you have Pepto-Bismol?
No, what is that?
Never mind.
So, we just came back from that pressure barrel. It is a bar. I guess Eddie and Claire are going to hold down the fort.
I can absolutely hold down forts. One question, what is a fort?
I'm so happy right now. I've never felt so seen.
Eddie, you don't have any... Who do I talk to?
You can talk to me or you can talk to Nona. She's related to Dr. Samantha Calvin.
Yes.
I guess that's true.
Yes, she is. Okay, Nona,
Yes, I am
do we have-
her descendant.
do we have any way of having Eddie contact us besides a compad? No built-in kind of thing? Is that the thing we could do? Holding down the fort, Eddie, means kind of keeping an eye on the ship and informing us if anybody comes to visit, kind of make sure no harm comes to the ship as a whole. The ship is essentially our fort. A fort is some kind of building, most often a castle.
As you're having this conversation with Eddie, Claire goes, I can look after the starship.
You know what?
myself,
No,
guys."
no,
You're
Claire.
doing
How
this
about I
backwards.
look after it?
No,
I
Claire,
also
I
look after Eddie.
have full confidence in you. Absolutely. I am a little drunk, and this is very new for me.
That's new for you.
But Claire, you are in charge. The drunkenness is fine.
Is drunkenness fun? EDI
Oh God,
says.
it's Eddie this time.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to change between the voices.
Okay.
Is that a
Claire,
new
Claire,
experience?
you're in charge of Eddie. No, I've been drunk a couple times, a lot of times in my life, honestly. Like,
Nona, can I try being
more
drunk?
often than I should have.
I would recommend against it. It seems to be a form of light poisoning in which it makes it more difficult for people to operate their motor functions or their logic centers.
Fascinating.
Right?
And you do this on purpose.
Yeah, you probably
No
want
idea
to
why.
practice with those before you. Before you try and have that wouldn't be good for you.
Claire then speaks up and says, "Are you guys okay?"
We have
we're
12
great.
minutes, Claire. We're fine.
We gotta go.
We'll sober up.
I shall make sure they hydrate adequately.
Thank you.
Claire's in charge.
Make sure they get some of that liquid IV in there and all that. So they don't get hungover
Claire,
the next day.
Claire, remind me, what is my compat number?
5,
Very good. Amazing. You can contact me, Micah, or
6.
I don't know. I don't know Micah's compat number off the top of my head.
No, mine is 3333333.
Wow.
I'm on the one right after that, so it's that, but it's a 4 at the end.
That's crazy.
All right. So they're able to hold down the fort if you guys need them to.
The entire
it
ship
is
is-
also going to be like closed. People who don't have like the access that you do should not be able to get in short of either spoofing the keys that you have or like heavy weapon fire. So
Both things that Alex worries about constantly.
that is completely fair. Spoofing and heavy
And
weapons.
Really high up there.
All right. So, I know Selene. She was a member of the Firefangs. We were friendly.
Okay. Great. It doesn't look like the pressure barrel is like Firefang territory. I just went there. It was a time. So I'm not like worried about walking into a trap or anything, which is really good for me. Anything we need to do before we go?
This is the sort of place where we're just allowed to carry around guns and stuff, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Because like
You are
I'm more
hired
concerned about the
mercenaries?
things like I'm not really intending to start shit, but like, things have come over the walls at us.
Yeah. You are mercenaries.
Uh-huh.
You might get some eyes, like some glancing looks, but you can open carry.
Okay.
Just hold the gun above your head. Okay. We have to leave in 5 minutes. I'm going to get a glass of water and then we can go.
All right.
We do that.
I should maybe perhaps get like, I don't know, not some disguise, but maybe put a sheet over my head or something. Like a poncho.
We've thought this through well.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, let him do it.
I don't know. Pyclades is not really wants to see me, and I assume if a Firefang sees me, it might not be great.
Do you want us to like scope things out first and then?
No,
Like-
I want to go. I'll put on something.
Okay. Sure.
He goes into the spare bedroom and puts on
Comes out with a fake mustache. Comes out with a fake mustache.
comes out with a fake mustache.
Yes!
Who's this Mr.
I was gonna say like he could rummage through his stuff and maybe has like a hoodie or something, so he puts up like the hoodie.
Bear hoodie. Is there a spot for the little ears to come out?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All of my dreams are becoming reality.
The front of it just says not a bear.
Yes. Writing that down to use that later.
Perfect. Alex has a glass of water.
Fantastic.
Like it does not have a glass of water.
Let's
No,
Boogie.
sound disapprovingly.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you head out?
Nope.
Okay. So Micah and Alix know the way and sort of drunkenly say, "This way." And you guys make your way there. It is, in fact, maybe it's about the same where you left it. You haven't been gone all that long. The same sort of mismatched tables and chairs, some chairs not actually even being chairs, but like spools of like steel rope and crates and stuff like that, makeshift bar counter and these big vats towards the back end. as you quickly glance around, there does appear to be another figure that you didn't see there before, who is in the corner, like in a shady corner, and is quite large. But you can't quite make a good look at them from where you were standing. But you can assume it's Selene.
That would be good.
Why am I?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Do you want us
mysterious-
to
Who
roll
is this
investigate?
mysterious person?
They weren't here before.
It's Selene. They weren't here before. You're going to meet this person. Anywho, you go up to Selene.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Let me scope this out.
I don't know why I'm burying the lead here.
Barry.
Just to remind you guys what Selene looks like. Originally, when you saw her, she was like in this power armor with these golden accents and with obviously the large emblem of the Firefangs on her torso. She's not wearing her power armor. She seems to be in like sort of her civvies, quote unquote. But to remind you guys, her fur is a bright red orange with white streaks on her cheeks, brows, and nose. And additionally, several golden teeth glimmer through her smile, not her snarl. She's happy to see Arcas. In fact, she says, "Arcas,
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you."
Yes.
This is great radio. I love it. Yeah. So you guys, you just sit down. Like, oh, please sit down.
Yes, we do
Okay.
How have you been, Arcas?
that.
Been better, to be honest. And Selene goes, yeah, I wasn't here for what I assume you guys stepped in between. Who did that, by the way?
I believe his name was Pycleides. He was not very nice.
No, I mean, who
Who-
stopped the fight?
Oh, that's me.
Nona?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you.
Hi.
So just to give you guys a little bit of what I've been able to glean from the situation. Arcas, what do you remember from before Aeon? And he goes, Arcas.
He's having a rough night.
I don't remember very much. And Selene goes, all right, well, we were hired by some Cassian company to raid Aeon, specifically Silverlight Systems, to take some data. They were a lot more guarded than we anticipated. Pycleides wanted to go in with force, but Arcas, you and Barry wanted to perhaps exercise some caution. Pycleides, obviously being the commander, got us to go. Arcas, obviously, that's where you had your accident. He goes, yep, definitely remember that bit. And she continues, Barry didn't get hit directly by that same mine, but since you were going first, he got a little messed up as well. Myri was right by your side, immediately practically torched herself, bringing you back from the brink. I'm not entirely sure if she wasn't there. I don't think you'd still be here. And at that, Arcas kind of, just sullenly like nods a little bit, thinking to himself. And Selene goes, Arcas, you were touch and go there for a few weeks, even with Mari watching over you basically night and day, until one day Pycleides and Barry said that you passed away during the night. That's all we knew. We all were told that you had died. Mari was beside herself. She hasn't been the same since. But yeah, I was promoted to fill your role as part of the Sun Guard. And then we went on doing our business. I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were still alive. Arcas goes, yeah. barely at it at that point, but yeah. And Selene then says, Arcas, Barry's missing. I don't know where he went, but after he broke up that fight with Pycleides and Nona there, he disappeared. He didn't go back to the warehouse where we're currently stationed. There's a ship missing that I think I can assume he took, but I don't think Pycleides is going to take this very well. Arcas is just sort of sitting there contemplating. So, yeah, he's given, Pycleides has given direct orders to not mention that you're back. There's a group of us that are down in scoping out Wycliffe. That's what we were hired for. Apparently, Novavoxus and Wycliffe have some beef. Not doing any attacking right now, just setting up a watch and observing, but the idea being maybe eventually we'll move on it. And Mari's out there providing aid for any attacks from the local fauna. So that's where she is. I'm not entirely sure how close you could get without someone notifying Pycleides, though. Arcas kind of nods at this. All right. Well, thanks, Selene. This is really useful information. You have any idea where Barry went? Selene goes, the fighter that he took was incapable of interstellar or spike drive, so he's probably still somewhere on the planet, maybe trying to find another way out, but I don't know if him and Pycleides had a falling out or something. Maybe it was related to what happened with you, but yeah, Pycleides is trying to keep this on the down low. And obviously with Barry leaving, I know how close you guys were. I can't imagine that Pycleides is going to take that too well. And honestly, I think if he sees either one of you two, he's going to try and kill you.
Well, that's rude.
And Arcas turns at that and says, yeah, but that's Leeds.
So, if somebody leaves the city, I'm assuming there's some amount of paperwork involved in that to make sure that they don't immediately go to one of the other cities or something. Is there no trail there? We have an inn at the landing pad, Brian.
You may know him.
You may know him.
His name's Brian.
He's a guy.
They sign all of that stuff immediately when you sort of enlist, and then it's bit of a shared database between the different cities. They don't want people like hopping as much as they don't want their own people leaving and going to work somewhere else as much as they don't want someone like coming in and possibly being a double crosser or something like that. So it is one of the very few things that these cities have in common. I can't imagine he'd be able to find safe haven in Everhaven, Wycliffe, or Sonabutan.
Yeah. Okay. So probably somewhere outside of the cities. If you're at all interested in finding him, I guess, what do you two want to do? Is this just catch up and, talk about how shitty this whole fucking thing is, or what's going on here?
Arcas speaks up at that and says, shit. Barry's like a brother to me. I mean, Pycleides was at one point as well. Three of us grow up together, but I need to see Myri. I need to know she's all right. And let her know at the very least that I'm all right and whatever happens there happens. But then I suppose I also then need to find where Barry's gone, and the three of us then could just leave all of this behind us, I suppose.
Bear spinoff.
The right to bear arms.
I want it, Jeff. I want it so bad.
Great.
Yeah, Selene just says, yeah, this is, if you guys want to meet a direct information, Arcas, you've been practically like an older brother to me. I assume other people in the Firefangs feel that as well. So while we obviously can't move directly against Pycleides, whatever you need, information, maybe I could get some supplies your way. I don't think I'd be able to get your old power armor or anything like that, but maybe some weapons or something to help you guys out. I wouldn't be able to do too much, but a few things here and there going missing. It's expected, especially after a battle.
You know, because if there's one thing we need, it's more gun.
Arcas, I thought you would want to know, especially with you showing up like this and not knowing what happened after everything. I thought you deserve to know. And she sort of reaches her big bare arm out at that and touches his shoulder on his lack of arm side.
Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
Well, I was assuming it was ripped off further down. He probably still has a shoulder.
Yeah, he probably still has like the upper arm bit.
Yeah.
He says, "Thanks, Selene. This was useful information."
You couldn't speak to Myri. What is she out somewhere on a mission, or is she just kind of not being allowed to?
So I don't know the full specifics, but Wycliffe apparently, for the longest time, really never accepted any outsiders, even mercenaries. But there is some concern because as of late, Wycliffe has been running a little bit hotter than any of the other cities, as in like they're being able to output a lot more than is anticipated than whatever Haven, Sonobutan, or Nova Voxes has been able to do. And from what I understand, throughout Thistos's sort of existence, it's been a pretty close arms race. So something has changed. And there's concern within Nova Voxes, specifically from Aletta, that if this continues, Wycliffe is going to take over everything because they'll be able to outbid or undercut anyone else. So the Firefangs were enlisted to first set up a perimeter, investigate and observe, and then possibly infiltrate and overtake, for lack of a better word.
And Myri was a part of this?
Mari's part of the perimeter group as we continue to observe. But it's very possible that, especially with the growing attacks that are coming on Nova Voxus with these strange controllers, it's possible it's coming from Wycliffe. And Wycliffe has some access to technology that neither of the other cities have. Any of the other cities have.
So if we were going to try and reach out to Mari, how would we even try and do that?
Maybe the best way would be somehow to be a part of the force that's at Wycliffe. I'm not entirely sure how else. Perhaps after the attack on Wycliffe happens, they'll probably come back here for a short amount of time before jumping off planet. So perhaps that's your time frame. But Mari's out there right now. I don't know how you get close. You obviously can't approach via the air because that'd be quite clear. But under cover of night, moving quickly on foot, maybe. but there's no guarantee that the tent that you open's Mari's.
Great. One question. Can we get a map up of the area? And what Alex wants to see is where Whitcliffe is in relation to Novavoxus and in relation to that relay station that we saw.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try and...
Though I guess like where Alex doesn't really know where the radio antenna that fell, the radio tower that was at the relay station was pointed to. So it's kind of a moot point. He's trying to get a sense of Whitcliffe might be closer to whatever the thing is that Leggett's looking for.
Yeah. So the best way to describe this is we are going to picture a ping pong ball, right? Picture a ping pong ball. So
ping pong ball.
On one half of the ping pong ball, probably about a third of its surface is that massive lake. And then there are almost equidistant to the lake itself, to the north, west, east, and south are Novavoxus, Whitcliffe, East Haven, and Sonabutan.
Okay.
You following so far?
Yeah. So
Novavoxus is equidistant to Whitcliffe and East Haven and is opposite the lake from Sonabutan.
Okay. And
Christian, all right, you got it.
I got it. The N one's in the north.
Yeah.
All right.
It took me a minute.
Yep.
And when we went to the relay tower, did we go towards Whitcliffe?
You went farther north, maybe a little bit towards the west as well.
But northwest.
Northwest.
Got it. Okay. There's nothing there then.
But obviously you also asked about Whitcliffe itself. Do you want to also hear what Selene might have to say about that?
Sure, yeah.
I haven't been there directly, but I've seen a couple of maps. Whitcliffe is a little bit different than some of the other factories. Whitcliffe itself is actually situated upon sort of a mountainside.
A cliff, maybe?
A cliff, so to speak. So it's a little bit harder to approach since about, I want to say about 3/4 of it are covered by the cliff itself. So there's a large hill that effectively it sits on. So right now the Firefangs are outside of any large weapon fire range from any kind of defenses that they might have, making a perimeter along the bottom of said hill. It's not a great situation. You can't really approach from the air since the factories have pretty strong air defenses. Pre-tech air defenses, actually. Clearly it was meant to defend a lot of itself from the air and not from the ground itself. Other than that, don't have a ton of information. All I know is Mari's part of the contingent that's there, observing and setting up provisions and making a little perimeter, digging out little holes and foxholes and all of that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have to ask the obvious. Does she have a compad on her?
Pycleides doesn't particularly like
phones.
Members of the clan talking to people outside of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
She has a walkie-talkie, or effectively what is a walkie-talkie that I'm not going to think of a name of right now. This is Jeff speaking through Selene. Hello. So if you're able to get one of the something that is able to tune to her signal, I don't have her signal. That's something I could maybe try and find out to contact her via the walkie-talkie, but we'd also probably have to be a lot closer. I would probably say within like a kilometer or so of her.
No, we have the big thing that Anvetchen left on our ship still, yeah?
Yes.
Is there anything there?
I don't know, Jeff, is there?
So as a reminder, that's actually a lot more useful for other people trying to contact you, not the other way around. It's like a big ass beacon.
We could just drop it right on top of her. Ding. And then we go, oh,
Is that you?
is this the bear woman?
Yeah, so it's like it's like a telephone beacon or something like that.
Yeah.
Effectively, like being able to contact from long distances away, specifically to that, but not necessarily outwards.
Okay. So, is this what we're trying to do? Help reunite Arcas and Mari and Barry?
I feel
yes.
like going after Mari would be rather dangerous. Can we not just wait for her to come back?
How long is that going to take again, you said?
I have no idea about the timeline in which we're going to try and attack. Yes, I've heard about reports, though, is that it is eerily quiet at Wycliffe. Like, they haven't seen anyone up on the walls. There's no smoke or anything like that from maybe people burning things outside. Like, there's no activity, really, that we can see from where we are, which is a little bit strange because you could see that from where we were, theoretically, distance-wise, into Nova Voxus.
All right. So,
Yeah. Well, I think we should try. I think we should try and get in touch with her.
We should most likely attempt to find Barry first, yes?
That's true.
I'm okay with
It'd
that.
probably be a safer bet.
He is also the one in danger of being murdered by the head of his clan.
Well, it sounds like he got away, didn't he?
Well, yes, but he can't leave the planet.
I mean, Mari's the one in danger of dying from war, I guess. So, not good either way.
Are in danger.
But I think we should definitely at least try to get more information on where Barry went. I don't know, Selene, if you had any leads on how to do that. But otherwise, Brian.
Yeah, I can certainly see what's up, but if I'm able to figure anything out from my end, Pycleides is also going to be able to figure out. I'll try and find something, but as soon as I know, assume that Pycleides also knows.
Good shout.
Maybe it's worth talking to your friend Brian then. Maybe you check the radar or something, the maps. I don't know.
Right, a fighter class and one of the Firefang ships.
Yeah, fighter class Firefang.
And it left about...
Left somewhere between 8 and 10.
Great.
All right.
All right. So we'll go talk to Brian then. Our favorite boy.
Right.
Thanks for helping out Arcas here. I know he's a bit of an oaf, but he's a good one.
Yeah.
And Arcas just sort of shakes his head at that and says, "Thanks, Selene. This was useful information. You keep yourself safe. I understand that this is not what Pycleides wants, and he's done worse to people than he's done to me for less. So look out for yourself." She nods, and if you guys don't have any more questions, goes to take her leave.
No, we're going to let her leave so that you guys stop talking in that voice now.
Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
have a big glass of water right here that I've been chugging.
I have noticed this.
So yeah, Arcas is taking this all in and says, I still have to do the voice.
He's still to do the voice. You could have chosen not to have him speak.
And he says, finally!
It's
I can
okay.
stop
I
the
sound like
voice.
Claire now, but it's fine. It's actually me, Arcas,
Oh, God,
inside
that'd be
this
so
body.
confusing. Please stop. You ate the princess.
Do a body swap episode.
There's a voice that we use when we talk to other person.
You guys, I don't have anything to pay you with yet. I can't compensate you or anything for helping me find Myri or Barry.
I mean, we're doing pretty okay at the moment. And also we brought you here to get the shit kicked out of you. So, it's just kind of, sorry, that was mean. But, I feel like helping you is within reason.
Yeah, I do feel a little bad. Also, I'm very invested in dangerous love stories. So not, I'm whatever happens, it's fine. But it might.
Do you love Barry? That's the vibe I've been getting.
With all my heart.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Let's do this.
I was mostly in it for the guns, but sure, yes, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Could you ask Selene to like get Nona one of the shear rifles? She really likes those. Maybe that will count that as like payment.
I can see if they have any shear rifles left, but that was actually that was one of the few ones that they had. I got it from a pre-tech cache that we raided from some village.
I know pre-tech cache. The actor.
Cache doesn't CACHE, you know.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah. Not Johnny Cash.
Not pre-tech cache.
Not pre-tech Cash, who is the
pre-tech.
son of Johnny Cash.
Oh, God.
Who was the son of Johnny Cash the Fifth.
Johnny Cash begat pre-tech Cash.
Hold up, we need to draw a family tree.
The caches of Cass.
All right. So, do you guys have anything more that you want to do here, talk about here?
Alex feels like he should get another drink because they've just kind of been sitting, taking up a booth.
I will absolutely have another drink. I've been slamming back some Space Sam Adams. They haven't quite hit the spot yet.
Follow my finger. And he flips them off.
Hey,
That's great.
Nona will supervise.
Yeah, so if you guys want to have a couple more drinks then to act like you are meant to be here rather than just using this as some clandestine meeting.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a drink.
What was that shot that you got?
It was, I literally asked them for the worst thing that they had, and yeah.
I want one of those.
All right. You rounded those for the table.
It was really bad.
So 3, I
Oh, am I
suppose.
taking one?
Do you not want one?
If Alex goes up and get one, he does not get one for himself. If Micah goes, she might come back with one for him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll go up and I'll get one for you.
So you're getting 3, one for Arcas.
So fine,
yourself,
yes,
and
I'll
Alex?
pay the 6 credits for this horrible shot.
Amazing.
And so it's the same bartender who appears to have more grease on him than he did before. It just seems to be like multiplying on his body. It's now like he has smudges on his face as well. And he says, "Oh, back again, huh?"
Couldn't stay away.
He pours you 3 of those awful, no good, bad drinks. And yeah, you got them. And so I assume you hand them
Okay,
to Arcas.
ready? All right, here we go.
God, I did not want one.
Arcas goes, "Oh, that is awful."
Micah is going to sit down on the floor.
Alex puts his head down on the table but does not throw up. Oh,
Oh boy,
never again.
that does not go down easy.
Next time I get a note telling me to go to a bar, I might not go. Just saying.
And so we'll leave you guys there. Maybe you drink some more. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have some water. Maybe you don't. Really depends on how you want to feel the next day. So anything more that you guys want to do in this moment in time, or are you guys going to be retiring to bed soon? Or are you going to keep this party rolling?
I'm going to keep an eye out for Brian. But he's probably working.
He's probably sleeping.
That's fair.
Probably bed.
All right, so you guys head back to the Phoenix.
Is it still there? Is it still in one piece?
Yes,
Eddie
it's
learned how to
still
drive
there in
away.
one piece, but both Claire and Eddie are gone.
Again?
No.
Really?
No, they're not.
But we'll deal with that next time.
No, we still got like 30 minutes left in this one. Yeah.
Don't pull back the curtain like that.
I'm sorry.
We can't handle that in 30 minutes. We can't. We got to Scooby-Doo this shit.
So yeah, you guys get back just fine. Alix and Micah are, I assume you guys are heading to bed along with Arcas as well.
Mhm.
Yes. Can I please go to sleep now?
I think you should be okay. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you don't wake up, wake me up and let me know.
I'll make sure if I wake up in the middle of the night and I don't wake up,
And you notice
I will
that's
let
yours.
you know.
Perfect.
Yes.
If you die, let my last words to you be confusing.
Should I be checking on him at some point?
I'm all right.
Yeah, just look in and make sure he's breathing.
All right.
What are you rolling for?
Micah has vomited in the kitchen.
Yeah, actually, Alex, I'm also going to want to make you.
I
You
rolled
already
it.
did that.
Oh, you already made the
Myself
physical
earlier.
saving throw?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Really well.
Okay. All right. You already rolled then. You know what? I'm going to roll. Actually, Arcas has only had one. He's fine. So, yeah.
Whatever. One person throwing up, one person and one bear person throwing up. Whatever.
Alex sees Micah throwing up and raises his fist in the air. Like, I still got it.
Amazing.
All right. Excellent.
Nona is going to sigh and clean up after all of the drunken fools.
Claire hears the ruckus and sees Micah vomiting in the sink and says, Good night.
It was really bad.
Claire, look at me. Never drink.
Okay.
Alcohol is a poison.
Micah, make sure to have plenty of water before you go to bed. That's going to dehydrate you quite a bit.
She puts her arm out with a thumb up above her head. She does not move her head down from where it is.
Cool. I guess I get to clean that in the morning, huh?
I will take care of it.
No, we'll be clean.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm glad you guys had a good
You
time.
go to sleep. Thank you for keeping an eye on EDI 246 for me.
Yeah, he's a barrel of laughs, that one. And she does not go further into details as he walks around the corner and says, "Oh, I see you have returned. I suppose you all have to go to bed now, and I shall wait until you wake up in the morning." And he just, the smile just grows a little bit longer on the face.
The pixels fill in.
Yes.
Eddie, do you know how to play solitaire?
No, I do not.
Let me take a shower because I am greasy. And then I'll
How
teach
did you
very
get that
quickly.
on you?
I shook the man's hand and then it just expanded.
All right.
Cool.
So you guys retire for the evening. Nona, what are you doing during the night?
Well, probably I've cleaned up after them. I have need to find a place to store EDI 246 while people are not keeping an eye on him.
Smuggler's hold.
Wondering if they don't need to recharge or anything, do they?
I think technically they're supposed to be powered by some type A battery or something like that, but I can't quite remember. And also, I don't particularly care for that upkeep stuff. So
That's fair.
he's just on forever.
Okay.
There's probably some power source. He's not powered like you are by metadimensional energy.
Naturally.
So, but the same way that we haven't really been keeping track of how many shots.
No, it was
battery
more
has.
of I'm a little bit slightly worried about leaving him to wander around unsupervised. So I would like to put him somewhere, but I also don't think he can be trusted with the fact that I'm a robot.
I think that's fair. I think there's certainly a place where you could situate him where he is feeding off of the power reactor from the ship to be recharged.
Maybe in the cargo bay or something like that.
Yeah.
Put him into sleep mode. Is that a thing we can do? Or is he gonna wander around?
Is that a thing that you want to do?
Well, I mean, it depends. I don't want to existential horror turn him off without his permission.
Okay, so you're coming up to him and saying, Eddie,
Yes.
what are you saying?
I'm going to say, "Hi, I need to go to sleep now."
I see. Yes, that is what humans do need to do.
That is correct. I am slightly concerned about you being unsupervised in the ship, as there are many things in here that could be a danger to yourself or others.
Well, I was unsupervised by myself for 600 years, and I was able to take good
Error.
And he blows up.
Oh, God.
Damn
take
it.
good care of myself there.
This is completely fair. Would it be all right for me to instruct you to remain in the cargo bay until I come back and... in
You
the
aren't
morning?
going to leave for 600 years, are you?
No, approximately 7.5 hours.
Oh, that's a lot shorter than 600 years.
This is true. Humans don't actually need to sleep for 600 years.
Yes. That is something I believe I did know. Excellent. Then I suppose I will wait here for you and not touch anything in those intervening hours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm going back to my room and I'm going to fix Arcas's arm.
All right.
I'm trying to picture what a 1,000-yard stare looks like on an LCD display.
I think it's just a normal thing, but the camera zooms out and he does not move.
I want to see the Windows like screensaver bouncing around.
Oh my God,
On
his
his
little
face.
face.
Yeah, his little face just bounces around the LCD screen.
Oh, God.
All right, so you're going to. This is going to take probably more than just a single night.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that I work on
Yep.
when I have the time to work on it and it's in the background and like all that stuff.
Cool. Yeah,
do
that is. I'll make note of that.
Thank you.
Alex does not fall asleep in the shower, but he does fall asleep immediately after he's done showering.
So on the floor of the bathroom? Or?
Basically, like he's sideways across his bed.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
All right, you wake up the next day. I need you both to make a physical saving throw, please.
That was 16.
Are these D20s? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
D20.
Okay.
I mean,
And you need to roll above it? No.
Alex succeeded, but that just means that he's like up and like mobile.
Yeah, you both aren't feeling great. This is not stuff that human beings should really be consuming in any amount. But Alex,
Alex has done a couple of things.
Yeah, you have rolled out of bed and you're like, yeah, I know this feeling, but I can work with this. I can work with this. Micah, you feel like, oh, I don't know, like the gum stuck to the bottom of a shoe or something like that. Just like absolutely, positively gross.
I wake up and just groan very loudly and very long.
Claire knocks on the door. Micah, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I think from hearing what I hear telepathically that you might want some water. And or aspirin.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Oh God, I hate talking.
And she opens the door and it's light outside and the light kind of gets cast on your eyes and it's pain, and she just lays it down on the nightstand and goes, okay, I'm just gonna close this, okay? Closes the door.
Okay, thank you, honey.
Alex knocks on the door. Opens it up.
Ow.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I can't believe I let you talk me into drinking last night.
You literally volunteered to come with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex rubs his hands together and does organic purification.
Nice.
Amazing.
The Bioscion Psychic Sucker now cures any poisons or diseases the subject may be suffering. It does require committing effort. Some diseases and poisons may resist this effect, requiring a Wisdom Bionics check of at least 10. Does it resist?
No.
How
It's just-
foul
The
is the
alcohol is
hangover?
not-
This is
smart.
just regular old alcohol. This is not some kind of smart alcohol trying to resist. Yeah, you went from feeling possibly the worst that you have ever felt to completely normal. And it's just like, oh, this is what it feels like not to feel like dying.
Going to stand up very slowly and wondrously.
Don't rely on that because it could lead to unhealthy use of alcohol. I am going to live with my pain today because it's not terrible.
Alex, may I kiss you?
No.
Okay.
But the sentiment is appreciated.
You're a beautiful person.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave your room now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a good morning.
So you all are up, and what exactly is the plan today? You guys, you're effectively on call for whenever Dr. Lucius Leggett calls upon you to say, hey, I've unencrypted this data. Let's go to this next place or something like that. But other than that, you don't really have any plans other than maybe stay away from the Firefangs.
Yeah, don't get murdered by bearmen.
What do you guys want to do in this intervening time?
I have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure it's a good thought. I think Dr. Lucius Leggett would be very interested in meeting my new companion.
That's true. And I mean, this thought murkily showed up last night. He might, if he doesn't already, want to know about the like Wycliffe situation, because if they're talking about like the people aren't around, but their production is up, like maybe they got something going with their AI core friend.
I think
That is a good thought.
I think Aletta, they mentioned her name involved in getting this out, so they might have an idea, but there's no harm in bringing it up, I think. Also, we should maybe talk to Brian on our way out anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. So we'll talk to Brian. I'm also going to bring with me the bag of shattered stuff. Sorry, I'm pulling this way out of left field.
Bag?
Yeah, there was a canvas bag that was given to me by the old lady
Joyce.
at the Calvin estate.
Joyce Calvin.
That was left behind by Deacon.
Yep.
And it looks vaguely like shattered true AI core. I'm not going to like be carrying it around openly because if we recall from 2 episodes ago, I've just been like low key feeling out the waters with this man. And so the plan is to kind of see how he reacts to, hey, look, another robot, and then potentially move farther with that relationship if I like his responses.
Cool.
But we will talk to Brian first.
All right.
After breakfast,
After
Alex makes
breakfast.
himself a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Nice.
Okay, let's go.
Just for yourself. You go after breakfast.
I'm trying to think, like, we remembered how do people like eggs? And I think the vast majority, like, I think Micah's allergic to eggs.
Yes.
And I think Claire doesn't like eggs.
Alex likes scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the omelet is just a scrambled egg, slightly unscrambled.
Oh, no, it's a sandwich.
Huh?
Yeah, it's not not anything.
I assume you guys are going to leave Arcas in the ship because he really shouldn't be seen possibly
Yeah.
by certain people. And he's like about it, but he's aware that he probably shouldn't be out and about as well.
Oot in a boot.
He can't just wear his bear hoodie that says he's not a bear.
Not a bear.
That won't.
No, that might draw attention.
Uh,
Because,
but it says he's not a bear.
It worked last night.
you know,
Wait, I'm confused.
yeah, but it's mostly the Firefangs that he needs to avoid, not necessarily
Oh my
anyone
God.
else.
If we had time, the perfect disguise is we could print out a bunch of pictures of the flesh beast and just tape it to
Tape it
him.
all over him.
So anytime anybody looked at him, they'd be like, what is that? They would never guess bear. Notes for later. Anyway.
My brain is very itchy looking at this photographed covered person.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you guys make yourself, well, Alex makes himself some breakfast. And you head out. When you do head out, you see Brian at his normal place where he is handling the comings and goings of the different ships that are coming from the landing pad and whatnot. Some things that are like getting some things stored onto them and like, shipping out and stuff. And he sees you guys approaching. He says, "Oh, hey guys, how's it hanging?"
Really well?
That's good.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, I'm never sure how to answer that one.
How-
We're doing good.
Okay.
We're following up on something. Somebody left the city, and we're trying to figure out where they ended up. It's a fighter class. Firefangs left around 8 to 10 yesterday. Trying to see if you could help us out.
Yeah, I can check that. And he starts typing away on his little console and says, yeah, there was something that seemed to leave around then. Are you looking for its heading?
Yeah, just the heading angle is fine.
Okay. It does appear to be heading into the northwest, so into the Fistasan Wastes.
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah, northwest.
Do you don't have anything else like landing? Heading angle's great, but if you have
Um,
any other information, that'd be amazing.
other than once they leave sort of the area of Nova Voxus, unless they are, sort of recording and sending back their coordinates to us, which this one appeared to purposely not do. I'm not entirely sure about that. Might want to check with Pycleides about it. But yeah, it just head off into the Fistasan Waste by itself, one-man craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Do you guys see it take off? Is that why you're asking?
No, we're following up with the good doctor and a letter. Do you mind holding off on letting Pycleides know for just a moment? We want to run some things by a letter first.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah, there's just something. Have you had breakfast yet?
Yeah, I had
Okay.
like a coffee and a
We have muffins.
Biscuits.
for
I have
some
half a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich.
I'm good. Thanks though. Really nice offer, but I've already eaten. Thank you.
All right, amazing. Wink.
He winks back.
Yeah, so could we also like specifically get the specific coordinates? Like you GM don't have to necessarily make those up, but
Yeah, it's into the Fistasan Waste. It's not
Yep.
exactly the heading that you guys took to get to the whatchamacallit, the relay tower.
It's more so like I later piloting, could I reproduce it kind of deal.
Yeah, honestly, it really only gives you an angle, and then once they've gotten out of that,
They could go anywhere.
they could really go anywhere.
Yeah, it's true, but it's a good starting point. Is
Absolutely,
searching
yeah.
along that line was my thought anyway.
Yeah, you have that information.
Beautiful. Love it.
Okay.
Great.
And so as you guys sort of walk through Nova Voxus, it appears that it's just another day. No one's really paying you much mind. It appears like there's a lot of things like, oh, gotta go. There's just people like passing by, going by, not really carrying that you may be carrying because, well, mercenaries sometimes come and go here.
I'm also going to point out we do have the robot with us.
Oh, yeah. So that might draw some eyes. Just like haven't seen one of those before, and
Good morning.
go on to their.
Good morning.
And
Hello.
you guys are heading to Dr. Lucius Leggett, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so you guys continue making your way into the laboratory, and you see him with a bunch of different devices on the table. And he hears you all come in and says, "Oh, hello. Oh, hello." As he looks at Eddie.
I ship it.
Looking disrespectfully.
Who is this interesting robot that you have with you?
I don't know. This is EDI 246.
I got my legs yesterday.
He did, yes.
And what fine pair of legs.
And what
God,
fine
please stop.
legs you have.
I regret everything.
Thank you.
But I was not aware that you had a virtual
Error.
an error
And then he blows up.
intelligence with you on board.
Yes, I wasn't certain I could turn it on yet, so I didn't want to mention anything, but I have been working on this, and I thought you might be interested in meeting him.
Oh, absolutely. I'm always fascinated to pick the brain of another virtual intelligence. Hello, Eddie.
Maybe not literally. It is on his back.
Oh, no. I understand that completely. I meant like to talk to him.
You're a lot more like Vincent Price than you were yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yes, well, I am still trying to decrypt the data that we got the other day, and it does appear that my algorithm's going to require a little bit more time. So I've taken the opportunity then to study the cylinder that a letter gave to me to study the other day. Yes. Well. Yes. I'm sorry. Could I help you with something? It will still be a little bit of time, probably maybe another day or two.
Not particularly.
In the interim, I am sure that there are other members of Novavoxus that might require your help. That always needs some hands. I believe Cork is working on something for Demos, and I believe Red and Volker are heading out to for a water run from the lake. I'm sure any of them would gladly accept some help and obviously compensate you. I do not want you to be sitting on your hands, so to speak.
Right, because the ladder needs those.
Yes.
Yes, Aletta needs hands.
No, no.
Do you mind if Eddie stays here and I discuss things with him as I work?
This is okay with me, but keep an eye on him. He is very new and is seeking out new experiences, whether or not they are detrimental to his continued existence.
I see. Also, if you would like to stay with me while I discuss things with him and also work, you're free to stick around as well.
I'm on board. I mean, I don't want... I'm so conflicted. I don't want to split the party. Yeah, let's hang out with the robot man.
I assume Claire's also with you guys, right?
Yes, that was the thought.
So I guess
She
then
always
Nona's going to
is.
be hanging out with the robot guy. Alix and Micah, do you guys have things that you want to do?
Alex is
Or
doing
ask of
okay. So I'm sure Aletta's a very busy woman. Have you had word about that text that we sent or anything?
Oh, are you referring to... What
When I didn't recognize Red and Volker, and or you weren't too familiar with the Firefangs who were there. We checked in, and did she ever reply, or did she leave you on red?
No, yeah, she did reply. She just said that they were, as they were saying, tracking a few whelps that attacked the Novavoxus that day, specifically that morning, actually, right as we a few moments after we left.
Aletta has recently contracted the Firefangs, right? Or do they have a long-standing relationship?
Oh, that is enlisted them in the past.
And I'm sure her family has worked with them before.
Yes, certainly some. This is obviously this is the first time that the Firefangs are here along with me. I'm only vaguely familiar with their past. But I do believe that this is the largest sort of event, for lack of a better word, that she's had them do. Before it was some mercenary things, some clearing out few screamer nests or something like that. But this is the first almost full-scale attack, I suppose.
Do you receive reports from... have you heard anything about the perimeter that they've set up? I heard recently that there's surprising amount of nothing happening in Whitcliffe at the moment.
I've heard rumors. From what I understand, they are quite a nuisance when it comes to economic. They are able to output quite a bit more than any of the other cities, Novavoxus in particular. It is a bit remarkable, to say the least. Not something that really, when you map it out, makes sense. It's not something... Everything else has been very linear in its progression here, and it's been almost exponential there. Interesting. I'm curious to see how they've managed to do such a thing when it seems quite impossible for a single person or even a fleet of people to be able to do such a feat. But Aletta has, due to that fact that they've been able to move things faster, has been pressing on me to try and move things a little bit faster as well.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not entirely sure. Haven't been too involved with that whole setup.
Great. And one last question while I'm thinking of it. Have you noticed or have you heard reports of any movement in and out of Whitcliffe, or is this all just like the city's gone a little radio silent?
Whitcliffe has always had very few visitors.
Right.
They've been able to automate their delivery of their parts to their necessary people. In fact, they don't really let anyone land. Everhaven, Sonabutan, Novavoxus, they all have their occasional people land and help in the city itself. Anyone that Wycliffe hires, which as far as I'm aware, hasn't been any time recently, they never step foot inside Wycliffe.
Nobody ever goes in.
Nobody
ever comes out.
Got it.
Sometimes dead.
That's a different thing.
It's quite strange, to be honest, and the reports that I hear of the eerie silence is a little unsettling. We haven't actually had word from anyone who has left Wycliffe in quite some time. There in the past, there have always been detractors and dissenters who perhaps leave and move on to one of the other different factories, but from what I understand, no one from Wycliffe has really left in perhaps a couple of years.
And the person overseeing them, I believe Wilhelm Restikov?
Wilhelm Restikov, yes.
When is the last time someone saw him?
I believe, I'm actually not sure. Most of their dealings are via comms and not necessarily directly face to face.
You guys, it's robots. There's robots in there. We need to go there because there's robots there.
Do you think it's robots?
Robots? That would be quite an absurd notion. That would require a true AI to run that entire facility all by itself.
And those have definitely 100% been shattered. Yes. And not at all put back together and running like the one that is at the core of.
The one that if the true AI that was in Novavoxus is anything like the other true AIs that I assume are in the other locations, once this shattering occurs, there's nothing that can really happen. I do hypothesize, however, that due to the nature of this material and the metadimensional flowing throughout it, that theoretically, if you shave off a small enough portion without shattering it, the metadimensional energy should be able to jump from one instance to the other should that be destroyed. But as far as I'm aware, none of the cores, at the very least the Novavoxus core, had that performed.
Do you have any idea in your research in what order the factories were originally constructed?
As far as I'm aware, they all landed at the same time. These were not constructed here. They were mega structures that were flown into the planet itself. And actually, from the schematics that we have from different espionage, the base layout of each and every one of these are carbon copies of one another, which means very likely that anything that you see here in Novavoxus is exactly what you will see in Wycliffe or Everhaven or any of the Sonabutan. I was going to say any of the other ones, but that is the only other one. I haven't slept.
Didn't want to make any more maps, huh? These are all the same. Don't bother me.
Well, it's actually interesting because I believe that it's probably this used to be a mining planet of some respect. And there's no reason to build these different things differently. You should build them all the same way. It makes it faster and makes you able to quickly more mass produce. But it does appear that there's only ever 4 on this particular planet. I said that strangely. I apologize. Did I mention I didn't sleep last night? Do you have any more questions for the good doctor?
I don't think so. Speaking out of character here for a moment, I do think it would be in our best interest to kind of go after Barry sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. Given that Brian has bought us some time, but we kind of probably want that. We don't have much to go off of, but that's also screaming time limit to me.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah, they would wrap
I'm
things
done
up
here.
with the doctor.
Sure. And so are you guys going to leave? Is Eddie going to leave with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we will probably come back, but in general, I think I'm going to have him follow me around unless specifically told otherwise, because I do want to keep an eye on him. Roughly in my mind, he's kind of like a toddler.
That's fair. Oh, maybe another time then I can pick his brain a little bit, see what makes him tick. It's always very interesting what different virtual intelligences, how they interpret different philosophical questions and the like. They seem to be very, very different from one another, which is always very fascinating for me, especially from certain mass-produced products.
I believe it will be quite the interesting discussion, and I look forward to partaking in it.
I also look forward to partaking in it.
And he's like, I've seen a dead body, or just something horrible.
Why do you have hair on your face? Is that a thing that happens?
Yes.
Fascinating. It was nice meeting you. Well, it was very nice meeting you as well, Eddie. Yes. Well.
All right.
So long.
Eddie, do you want the fake mustache from the spare closet?
I would love the fake mustache. I'm not entirely sure how that would affect my emoting abilities.
It makes you look more mysterious.
More mysterious.
And now he is a man shrouded in mystery.
Oh no, who's that mysterious robotic man?
All right. So what exactly is the plan here? Because you guys don't actually have a ton to go off of to try and find Barry.
I mean, I'm aware. It feels to me like this is really kind of a super timing issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in that if we don't go soon, then Pycleides just gets his fleet of ships and flies off in that general direction after Brian finishes eating his breakfast and tells him about it, because there's no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly know. It feels to me like we should go do this.
I think we can go northwest, see if we can find any sign of a fighter having passed through, or like any ship really, probably flying relatively low to avoid detection. And worst case, we circle around westward towards Wycliffe and maybe try to get eyes on where the perimeter can be.
Okay. 2 for 1. I like it.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Sure. So, okay. You talked to Brian saying, hey, we're going to do a little jaunt around. Don't pay attention to us and we'll come back.
Wink.
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 Oh,
Do
I
you want half of the ham sandwich?
I
The
want
ham sandwich
all
is
of the
brought.
ham sandwich.
Would you like us to make you a ham sandwich?
No, I thought that was a euphemism for something else.
Oh.
Never mind.
so-
It's okay. I'll
it's a
cover
physical-
for you. Wink.
Who are you talking to? Brian?
Brian hitting on us.
Brian hasn't slept a lot.
Okay, cool. We
But
go
yeah.
do that before this devolves into
We'll
more
be back soon.
nonsense.
Okay. So, okay. You are flying out on the bearing that Barry.
Barrington's
Barry's bearing.
Bearing.
His name's Barrington.
Barrington, parentheses, Barry,
Barry.
bears, bearing.
What have we done?
Oh no. I might have to write that one down.
Yeah, there you go. That's a title name for this
Hold on
one.
moment.
You're going to hear it when you go back through the episode.
You know, that is fair.
No, write it down.
I don't have to write it down. I'm going to, yeah. All right. Anyway, you take Barrington Barry's bearing.
Yes.
Barely.
Barely. What exactly is the plan here, guys? You're
Head
taking on this.
northwest. If there's any way that we can like ping for some kind of response, or even like physically kind of have cameras pointed down on the ground and search by eye,
Okay.
for any kind of landing or any signs of like a low flying fighter having passed over the area.
Okay. What I'm going to need you to do, whoever's on sensors, is to make an in program check.
I can be on sensors.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
I could be on so many.
There you
Alex
go.
is more of an ideal man.
Oh God, I'm so worried. Okay,
And what I'm going to
so
need you
int
to do is
program.
add 1 to the roll.
Okay. That would be a 14. I rolled as high as I literally. No, that's not true. I could have gotten 2 more higher.
So I also rolled very well.
All right.
And you are
Very
also
well.
very well. And you are also trying to target a fighter, which gets a +3. I got a 13.
Mm.
So as you turn on your sensors off of this particular bear's bearing, you get a hit of a small fighter class that is on but landed on the edge of the Fistossen wastes. So not exactly in them just yet. Like you still see quite a bit of green, but there's some gray that sticks in and out there. And you make your way towards that heading.
Yeah, I do think we want to ping it, and I think I want Arcas on comms.
Okay,
Great
so you ping it. This is also, you are not doing passive sensors. As soon as you get that lock,
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
aware that they know they
that.
have that
Yeah.
lock. And there's no response.
Sure.
And so you have Arcas like hail and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Barry, it's me,
It's me.
Arcas, your best friend." No response.
Well, that's just rude.
I'm not dead.
And so you keep scanning. You head in those particular
Mhm.
coordinates where you see, and there's actually quite a bit of foliage around here. But as you bring the Phoenix to a hover to sort of scan the area, Claire is able to notice that there is something metallic underneath the brush. So you guys land and see that it is indeed one of those very similar fighter to some of the ones that you saw that were tracking the whelps when you met with Selene, Red, and Volker. And you land and you start. What exactly do you guys want to do? It does appear that the fighter has had some of this stuff purposely like pulled over top of it. There's quite a bit of foliage around. There's actual trees and like leaves
Yeah.
and bushes and stuff like that. You land in a clearing a little bit a ways away, maybe knock down like a tree or two because you want to
Sure.
land like right here. And you do see in a hill, there's a little bit of an opening there nearby to where the fighter is. What do you guys do?
I mean, disembark.
Yeah, I think we want to do a quick sweep, though. I don't think we want to leave. It's clear he's trying to hide the fact that this is here, and having our big ship with the flames painted on the side anywhere near it is kind of a bad plan.
That's fair.
I'm a little bit sad that we knocked down a tree, but oh well.
Can I have everyone make a wisdom notice check, please?
No.
No, you're not
I'll
allowed.
roll it, but I won't make it. Oh, yes, beautiful.
10.
3.
8.
Micah, as you guys are starting to fan out a little bit to try and like do a quick investigation, you see in the bush a figure, and you hear the whine of a laser rifle starting to like power up. And as you look closer, this figure starts to move out of the brush and brings down the weapon. And what you see is an older Ursa man with black fur and a yellow snout. A streak of yellow forms a V on his neck and upper chest, and a deep scar runs over a cloudy eye and pulls at the left corner of his mouth, leaving his face in a permanent sneer. And he drops his weapon, like full on drops it, and says, "Arcas?" and I'm going to end another episode like that because we're going to do this again next time. Arcas is such a fancy guy that everyone knows, and I need a way to end the episode, and this is how I ended it.
And Arcas
same
goes,
exact cliffhanger with Rodana, and yes, this is obviously Barry.
What?
Huh?
So I've been actually counting. I think we need a bear with a D name.
Why?
Because we've got Arcas, Barry, and Selene right now.
Oh, that's a yes.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a C.
So there's a Q.
You've got Cyrus. No, Cyrus?
Yeah, Cyrus.
Cyrus, yeah.
You know.
Cyrus. Sharpclaws.
Cyril.
Cyril.
That's what I was like. Who the heck is Cyrus?
Cyril Sharpclaws. Cyrus didn't sound right. There you go. So there's
I love it.
Anyway, I've been continuing to decrypt the data that we got yesterday, and it does appear that my algorithm's going to require
A human sacrifice. Welcome.
7 bodies on the altar of blood.